Welcome back to my channel. My name is Juliana. I am an accountant who loves makeup, especially colorful makeup. As you may or may not know, Beauty Bay came out with a new palette called the New Romantic Palette, and it's obviously a Valentine palette, and this is what the inside of the palette looks like. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is looking at other palettes that are similar to this particular palette. So the video is to help you decide whether you need this new palette or not, or whether you already have something similar to it in your collection. And I'll be showing you similar like Valentine palettes in my collection, just to help you decide whether you need it or not. I already filmed a look with this palette, so today is not really about demonstrating this palette. I did swatches in that video. So I actually switched up my lipstick, and in that video I was wearing Pink Ultraness by Mcgrath, and in this video I am wearing Psycho Candy. Let me know which one you prefer, because I think this is really bright and electric light pink. Let me know which one you prefer, Pink Ultraness or Psycho Candy. Let me actually swatch them on my hand. So this is the one I'm wearing, which is the Psycho Candy. Psycho Candy. And this is Pink Ultraness. Which one do you prefer? When you swatch it, it doesn't really look different. It's when you put them on the lips that they look different, because this is totally different to what I was wearing earlier. This is really bright and very electric, neon almost like. Okay, let's get into the video. Okay, the first palette we're going to compare it to is the Natasha Denona Love Palette. I feel like this is the palette that everybody will be comparing it to, and this is what the Love Palette looks like. And I can see some similarities. I mean, the pinks, this brown over here, and the dark purple. Yeah, I can say that those are similar. Yeah, definitely has some similarities, I would say, to the Beauty Bay palette. So I feel like if you have this palette already, you don't need the Beauty Bay palette. Okay. Another palette with Valentine vibes is the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. This palette has got like a range of reddish, slightly pinkish shades, and I mean, this might not have like obvious pink in it, but I do think it's got Valentine vibes. And I mean, if you already have this, you can always stick to these. Unless you absolutely love the Beauty Bay palette, then I would say just stick to this. While we're still on Natasha Denona, another palette that I think has Valentine vibes is the Cranberry Palette. It's 5 colors, but I think it's got enough color for you to be able to achieve a Valentine look. I mean, these 4 shades here, they've got Valentine vibes to them, and this for the inner corner. Yeah, I think if you have this, definitely you can achieve a Valentine look with it. I feel another popular palette that people are going to be pulling out during this Valentine season is going to be Mcgrath's Divine Rose 2 palette, and it's because of the pink vibes. I mean, it's got enough pink vibes, burgundy, and just shades that are so similar to, you know, when you think of Valentine, you think of pinks, think of red, you think of brownish red, you think of peachy red, you think of different shades of pink and different shades of red, which I feel this palette does have enough of them for you to be able to achieve a Valentine look. So this is another palette that definitely has a Valentine vibe to it. Now the next palette is going to be like a grungy dark edge to a Valentine look, and it is the Celestia Sun palette from Dominic Cosmetics, and this is what the palette looks like. And as you can see, it's got the pink, the purple vibes, it's also got the brownish red kind of vibe to it. I mean, these two combined together, you know, with the blue as a pop of color. You don't always have to do traditional looks. You can have pop of different colors that are not pink or red, but I think this palette has got enough colors in them for you to be able to achieve a beautiful Valentine look with a twist. Okay, this next palette I'm going to pull out. I'm going to actually combine them together, and it's the Juvia's Place Sweet Pinks and Berries palette. The reason why I'm going to combine them together is because they complement each other so well. I mean, look at that. So if you are like me and you don't really like typical pink palettes, then this will be very useful, because you can use this to kind of give the bottom one a variety of range. But if you like pink on its own, then this palette is beautiful. Give you, you know, mainly pinkish look, and that's what Valentine is all about, isn't it? Pink. I mean, I feel like with the sweet pinks, the star of this palette really is this pink one. and it's bright pink. I feel like if you were to pair it with the Berries palette, then you get a variety of shimmer. So you get your dark pink and your mid-tone range of pink. So that's beautiful. That's not too much in your face. So I definitely feel combining this palette together will be absolutely gorgeous. Another palette in my collection with Valentine vibes is the La Vienne Rose palette from Mcgrath, and this is what the palette looks like. So it's got your purple, your pink, your burgundy like purple shade, and it's just perfect really for a Valentine look. What more do you want? I mean, you've got everything really for a non-typical pink Valentine look. I think this would be absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. From Mcgrath again is the Risque Rose palette, and this again has Valentine vibes to it. It's not your typical traditional Valentine look, but at least it's got a pink and this shimmer shade, absolutely gorgeous. And it's got this like peachy kind of pink. Honestly, with this, if you have this in your collection, you can achieve a Valentine look. I mean, look at that shimmer. Lavendering, I think this shade is called. Absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. Yeah, so that's another palette. If you've got this, you can do a Valentine look with it. Another palette in my collection that I think will be very, very suitable for Valentine is the Ritualistic Rose palette from Mcgrath, and it's an absolutely gorgeous palette. I mean, these two pinks, they are absolutely beautiful. So this with a combination of a nice matte pink, and you can achieve a Valentine look. And that's what that looks like. I'm just going to swatch these two for you. And those are what those two pink looks like, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Hope you can see that. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, another palette that I think will look very good for a Valentine palette is the Cotton Candy palette from BH Cosmetics, and that's what that looks like. I mean, look at that. You have different kind of pink shades. So you've got your light shade, your purple, your kind of like lilac-y dark purple look, and you've got everything there. It's an absolutely gorgeous palette, and I think you definitely can achieve a Valentine look with this palette. It's so beautiful. Another beautiful Valentine-like palette in my collection is the Strawberry Dream palette from Luna Beauty, and this is what the inside of the Strawberry Dream looks like. It's an absolutely beautiful, gorgeous palette. Honestly, you can have the blue as pop of color, or you can just do your look without the blues, but the ranges of the pink, you know, the purple like here, and these two shades here, honestly, gorgeous Valentine look this will give you. And the formulas are also fantastic. Okay, I've got 3 more palettes to show you. The next one is an unpopular opinion, as is an all matte palette. So it is the Viziet Neutral Milieu palette, and this is what the inside looks like. And as you can see, if I just show it side by side with the Beauty Bay palette, as you can see, the mattes are so similar to the mattes in this Beauty Bay palette. And this one has got a pink, you know, it's got that shade in there that you can mix with the pink to give you like a Valentine effect. And I just think they are very, very similar. The mattes in here are definitely similar. The only thing is that you don't have shimmers in this palette. But another palette that's got Valentine tones to it is the Venus XL palette, and this is what the inside of the XL palette looks like. And as you can see, it's definitely Valentine colors. And also I'm going to show you side by side with the Beauty Bay palette, and as you can see, they are definitely similar. They've got similar colors. Don't know, can you see? I don't want to blind you. Yeah, so you can definitely achieve a Valentine look with the Venus XL palette, and it's definitely similar to the Beauty Bay palette. So really, you can make a choice whether to buy it or not if you've already got this in your collection. Not only are the mattes similar, I feel like the shimmers are similar too. Don't know if you can see. Definitely similar. And on its own, really, this palette is a beautiful palette. This is the palette I used last week Friday, and honestly, the look I achieved with this palette was so beautiful. It's a gorgeous palette. I definitely love it. Okay, and the final palette that has got Valentine vibes in my collection I'm going to share with you today is the Ace Beauty Blossom Passion palette, and this is what the outside looks like. I mean, already you've got your pink vibes, and looking on the inside, this is what the inside of the palette looks like. It's an absolutely beautiful, gorgeous palette. I mean, look at that, the mix of red, the mix of pinks, your dark reddish here and that shade, and this one I feel is the most similar really to the Beauty Bay palette. I mean, look at that, they've definitely got similar vibes. So gorgeous a palette this is Beauty palette is. And so if you've got that in your collection, yeah, you have to make a decision whether you still want the Beauty Bay or not, especially if you're buying outside the UK. I don't know if you pay taxes or not, but I guess you make that decision. But honestly, if you've got this in your collection, I don't feel you really need any palette unless you want to get one. But this is absolutely beautiful. The formula of the palette too is absolutely beautiful, honestly. Let me just swatch two shimmers for you. So I'll swatch the and that pink, and let's see what it looks like. So that's that, and that's the pink. Man, look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. That will give you definitely beautiful Valentine's Day's look. There's absolutely nothing that says you have to use pink for a Valentine look. You can have a red look for Valentine, and you can even have pops of different other colors, you know, in your Valentine look. But these are just the ones in my collection that have got like red vibes or pink vibes in them, and I thought if you have them in your collection, you probably don't need to buy a new one, especially if you're watching how much you want to spend on makeup. So you can just dig out any one of those palettes and, you know, create a nice beautiful Valentine's Day's look. Okay guys, that's all I have for you today. Those are the palettes in my collection that have got Valentine vibes to them, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please like it, share it, and consider subscribing to my channel. And until next time, I'll see you.